We need rain.
Rain very, very little this month.
We haven't had a lot of rain, and in other places of the world, it's raining.
Yes?
Yes, South Africa
Mm.
had a lot of rain.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yes, a lot of rain. They are, how can I? They are having El Niño, which is
Ah,
excessive rain.
I was thinking that in Africa it's very hot and very poor in water.
Yes, but now they are having a lot of rain.
Yes. They have the desert there.
In South Africa, we don't have desert.
No, I don't have there.
We have the Kalahari, the Karoo, but no,
Not too much.
no, no, not too much.
But
Okay.
Africa, South Africa is different than Africa. South
The thing
Africa
is,
is in Africa.
yes, South Africa is Africa, but we
In
are
the
the
south.
tip of Africa.
South.
In the
Yes.
south. What
We
you are
are the tip.
the deserts are Africa, Sahel, and North Africa, some parts of North Africa.
Yes. They have much jewels there.
Diamonds, yes.
Diamonds.
We have
They are
diamonds.
they are rich then.
Teacher, the next week we will have classes.
I don't know. We have to ask
Well,
Mr. Robinson.
Maybe until Tuesday, yeah.
Maybe. But we have Tuesday and Thursday. Maybe we will. Let me ask.
desastre. Porque ya tengo mi audífono puesto. Ahí nomás, ahí nomás.
Okay. Who's going to share the screen?
We don't have permission, teacher.
No? Let
No,
me ask.
the host needs to grant.
Let me ask. No, we won't have classes next week.
At all?
Mm-hmm.
Bruno, stop waving your hand.
So we have vacation next week then.
Yes, you have vacations.
Hooray. We need a little
Vacation.
rest.
Will make Chipa and others.
Many people are traveling. Who's traveling for Easter?
I'm not traveling.
Not
Stay at home.
traveling.
All of us.
Possibly not cheap either.
Maybe not.
Oh,
Who knows? Do you have permission to share?
Now I do.
Yes.
Document 1. That's it.
Title: Introduction to Legal English with focus on Paraguayan and international law. The legal English. The basics of legal English of mutual and legal conflict. Legal English is an usual form of legal function. It becomes used in legal contract.
Mhm. No, that's normal.
Okay, who's going to start?
I do, teacher.
Okay,
Class title: Introduction to Legal English with a focus on Paraguayan and international law.
very
Introduction and Legal English. Objective: understand the basic of legal English and its role in legal context. Key points: legal English is a specialized form of English used in the legal profession. Importance: used in international contracts, treaties, legal correspondence, and court procedures. Features: formal tone, specific vocabulary, Latin phrase, long and complex sentences. Example vocabulary: agreement, liability, plaintiff, defendant, statute, jurisdiction, hereby, whereas.
very good. The next one. Aristides, the next one.
Okay, thank you. Paraguayan legal system. Objective: provide an overview of how the law functions in Paraguay. Key points: Paraguay follows the civil law system, influenced by Roman Germanic tradition. Constitution of 1992 in the supreme law. Branches and government: executive, legislative, and judicial. Key institutions: Corte Suprema de Justicia, Supreme Court, Ministerio Público, etc. Legal professions: abogado, lawyer, juez, judge, fiscal, prosecutor. Example in legal English: under Paraguayan law, the Constitution is the highest legal authority. All other laws must comply with its principles. Hasta ahí.
Silvia.
Está muteado tu micrófono, Silvia.
Okay, Augusto, Hugo.
Yeah,
There's
sorry,
Silvia.
I couldn't only. Okay, number
I
3, international law. Objective: understand the basics of international law and its relation to national law. Key points: international law governs relations between states and international entities. Two main areas, public international law and private international law. Key sources, treaties, customs, general principles, judicial decisions. Important institutions, United Nations, International Court of Justice, OAS for regional relevance in Latin America. Um, Paraguay's role, a member of international treaties and conventions. Example in legal English. Paraguay is a signatory to several international treaties, which means those agreements may influence domestic legislation. That's it.
Augusto, Hugo.
Hello, teacher. I read practice activity, translating legal terms and phrases between English and Spanish. Draft assemble legal clause English. Role play level client consultation using legal English. Discuss a real life case involving Paraguayan or international law. Definitive.
Okay, the next one. Who's going to read?
Next document, or we start again? How is it?
The next document.
Case study.
Okay. Case study, Paraguay versus United States, 1998. Who's going to read the first paragraph?
I can read, teacher.
Okay.
Sounds like interesting gossip here.
Mhm.
Case study, Paraguay versus United States, 1998. Background. In 1992, Mr. Ángel Francisco Briard, a Paraguayan national, was arrested and convicted of murder in the Commonwealth of Virginia, USA. During his arrest and trial, U.S. authorities failed to inform Mr. Briard of his right to consular notification and access, as mandated by Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, VCCR, to which both Paraguay and the United States are signatories. This omission meant that the Paraguayan consulate was unaware of Mr. Briard's situations and could not provide him with assistance during his legal proceedings.
Okay, the next part.
Legal issues. Paraguay contended that the United States violated its obligation under the VCCR by not notifying the Paraguayan consulate of Mr. Bird's detention, especially Article 36 of the VCCR stipulates that foreign nationals have the right to be informed of their right to communicate with their consulate upon arrest. Paraguay argued that this breach impaired Mr. Byrd's defense and sought remedies including restitution in kind, requesting that the U.S. annul Mr. Byrd's conviction and sentence, allowing for a retrial with proper consular access. Number 2, professional measures, provisional measures, requesting that the ICG to order the U.S. to stay Mr. Byrd's execution pending the court final decision. Proceeding and outcome. Continue, teacher.
No. Who's going to read the next one?
Hello, teacher. Proceeding and outcome. Paraguay filed an application with the ICG in April 1998. The ICG indicated provisional measures urging the United States to take all necessary steps to ensure Mr. Briard was not executed before the court rendered its final decision. Despite this, Mr. Briard was executed on April 14, 1998. Subsequently, Paraguay withdrew its case. Withdrew, thank you. Its case, and the ICG removed it from its docket in November 1998. Continue, teacher.
Anyone else want to read the next part? Because then I will read. Any volunteers to read?
Legal legal implications. This case underscored the binding nature of international treaties like the BCCR and highlighted challenges in their domestic implementation. It also emphasized the importance of consular notifications rights and lead to increase awareness and training regarding the BCCR among U.S. law enforcement agencies. Agencies. Thank you.
Okay. Can you put at the beginning and I will read? I'm sorry. Okay. Background. In 1992, Mr. Ángel Francisco Byrd, a Paraguayan national, was arrested and convicted of murder in the Commonwealth of Virginia, USA. During his arrest and trial, U.S. authorities failed to inform Mr. Byrd of his right to consular notification and access as mandated by the Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, BCCR, to which both Paraguay and the United States have signatories. The omission meant that the Paraguayan consulate was unaware of Mr. Briard's situation and could not provide him with assistance during his legal proceedings. Legal issues. Paraguay contended that the United States violated its obligation under the BCCR by not notifying the Paraguayan consulate of Mr. Berard's detention. Specifically, Article 36 of the BCCR stipulates that foreign nationals have the right to be informed of their right to communicate with their consulate upon arrest. Paraguay argued that his breach impaired Mr. Brett's defense and sought remedies including restitution in kind, requesting the U.S. annul Mr. Brett's conviction and sentence, allowing for a retrial and proper consular access. Provisional measures, requesting the ICG to order the U.S. to stay at Mr. Brett's execution pending the court's final decision, proceedings and outcome. Paraguay filed an application with the ICJ in April 1998. The ICJ indicated provisional measures, urging the United States to take all the necessary steps to ensure Mr. Berard was not executed before the court rendered its final decision. Despite this, Mr. Berard was executed on April 14, 1998. Subsequently, Paraguay withdrew its case and the ICJ removed it from its docket in November 1998. Legal implications. This case underscored the binding nature of international treaties like the VCCR and highlighted challenges in their domestic implementation. It also emphasized the importance of consular notification rights and led to the increased awareness and training regarding the VCCR among U.S. law enforcement agencies. Relevance to legal English. Analyzing the case provides insight into legal English terminology and concepts such as consular notification. This one we didn't read yet, right?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Volunteers to read that?
Consular notification.
Yes.
The obligation to inform foreign nationals of their right to consular assist upon detention. Vienna Convention of Consular Relations, an international treaty outlining consular rights and obligations. Provisional measures, temporary order given by a court to preserve the status quo pending a final decision.
This, yes.
Restitution in kind and remedy aiming to restore a situation to original status before a violation occurred. Discussion point for Clase. International obligation versus domestic law. How do countries reconcile conflict between international territory obligation and domestic legal procedures? Enforcement of ECJ decision. What mechanics exist to enforce decision of international court and what challenge are areas in their implementation? Right of foreign national. Why is consular notification crucial in ensuring fair trial for foreign national? legal terminology. Examining and discuss the legal English term highlighted in the case in the case in this case. Definition.
Okay, let me read. Consular notification, the obligation to inform foreign nationals of their right to consular access upon detention. Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, an international treaty outlining consular rights and obligations. Provisional measures, temporary orders given by a court to preserve the status quo pending a final decision. Restitution in kind, a remedy aiming to restore a situation to its original state before a violation occurred. Discussion points for the class. Okay, so we have a discussion point. Which is, okay, so let's divide the discussion point. Number one will be in charge of Alejandro. Number two, if you have to Google for information, do it. Number two, Silvia.
Okay.
And number three, Augusto. And number four, Aristides. So how many minutes do you want for this exercise?
Maybe 5, teacher.
5 is
Okay,
okay.
5 minutes. If you have to Google, Google.
Teacher, can I start?
Yes, you can. If you finished, you can.
Yeah, I find something with Meta
Okay.
about the topic. Okay.
Okay.
Countries use various methods to reconcile conflict
Yeah.
between international treaty obligations and domestic legal procedures. International law principles. 1. Pacta sunt servanda. Countries are bound by their international treaty obligation. 2. Dualism. International law and domestic law are separate systems, and international law only applies domestically if incorporated into domestic law. 3. Monism. Yeah. International law is part of domestic law, and domestic court can apply international law directly. And reconciliation methods. 1. Incorporation. Countries incorporate international treaty obligation into their domestic law through legislation or constitutional amendments. 2. Interpretation. Domestic court interpret domestic law in a way that is consistent with international treaty obligation. 3. Amendments. Countries amend their domestic law to align with international treaty obligation. 4. Reservation. Countries make reservation when signing or ratifying treaties to exclude or modify certain provisions. 5. Withdraw. Countries may withdraw from a treaty if they cannot reconcile conflict with domestic law. That's it, teacher.
Very good. Did you know about this case or not?
No, teacher. The case we read before that?
Yes, did you know about that?
No, teacher, I never heard about this case, but it's really interesting.
Yes, I want to know about the case. Do you know any international case similar to that?
No, with
No, we have to
Paraguayan,
do.
no.
Maybe you can ask Meta for one to tell us. Maybe a case like this one. Okay, the next one. Anyone finished?
Number 2, this was mine.
Okay.
Enforcement of ICJ decisions. What mechanisms exist to enforce the decisions of international courts, and what challenges arise in their implementation? Okay, it says the enforcement of International Court of Justice, ICJ, decisions involves mechanisms like binding decisions, UN Security Council resolutions, and international organizations. However, challenges arise due to lack of effective enforcement mechanisms. state resistance, limited jurisdiction, complex cases, and limited resources. The enforcement of ICJ decisions is a complex issue that requires cooperation from states and participation from international organizations. Despite the challenges, the ICJ remains an important mechanism for resolving international disputes and promoting justice and peace. That's it. That is number 2.
Okay, and the next one?
Right of foreign national. Why is consular notification crucial in ensuring fair trial for foreign national? The figure of consular notification this implies that in case in which a foreign person is detained, arrested, or placed in private detention, the competent authority of the receiving state must inform without delay the competent consular office of the state of origin, origins, loan of the person to request. Article 36 of the Vienna Convention of Consular Relations stated that authorities arrested foreigners must information then of their right to communicate with their consulates. This allows consular officials to visit them and help them organize their legal defense.
Very good. Who wants to do a research about an international case like the one we read?
I did in Meta as you suggested, and what came what came as a suggestion is this one, the Angel Breard story.
I didn't know that case. We have to research more.
It doesn't give detail though, but yeah, it says that it was in 1998 a violation of Vienna Convention consular relations, and so in the case involved a Paraguayan national, Angel Breard, who was arrested, charged, and sentenced to death in Virginia without being informed of his rights under Article 36 of the convention. So it really happened. But it doesn't show any other similar. It says this case highlights the importance of international cooperation and the role of the ICJ in resolving disputes between nations. While there may be other cases involving Paraguayan nationals abroad, this is a notable example of ICJ intervention.
It's an interesting case because I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. And I think, yes. Okay. But did they do the execution to him or not?
Yes, it says so. It says was executed. Where is it? The The case involved a Paraguayan national who was arrested, charged, and sentenced to death in Virginia without being informed of his rights under Article 36 of the convention. Yes.
Ooh, and it was many years ago. In which year did they execute him?
Doesn't say. It says that in 1998, the Paraguay filed a case against United States. And it says also that, as you mentioned, in 1992 was the lawsuit about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they mentioned an Avena case, Mexico versus United States.
Maybe you can read that case, just so we know about it.
Okay.
The Avena case.
Avena case. It says the Avena case, formerly known as the case concerning Avena and other Mexican nationals, Mexico versus United States of America, was a landmark case heard by the International Court of Justice in 2004. Here is a breakdown of the case. The background: Mexico filed a lawsuit against the United States alleging that the U.S. had breached its obligation under the Vienna Convention of Consular Relations. The dispute centered on 54 Mexican nationals who were arrested, detained, tried, convicted, and sentenced to death in the U.S. without being informed of their rights to consular notification and access. Key issues: consular notification. The ICJ found that the U.S. had failed to inform the Mexican nationals of the right to consular notification and access as required by Article 36 of the Vienna Convention. Nationality. The court examined the nationality of the individuals involved, with the U.S. arguing that some were dual nationals. The ICJ ultimately ruled that the U.S. had failed to prove dual nationality in most cases. Without delay. The court interpreted the phrase "without delay" in Article 36, determining that consular
Determined.
information determining, it says, determining?
Yes, determined.
Okay, determining that consular information should be provided as soon as it is realized that the arrested person is a foreign national. Ruling and implications. The ICJ ruled that the U.S. had breached its obligations under the Vienna Convention, specifically failing to provide consular information to 51 Mexican nationals, depriving Mexico of its right to provide assistance to its nationals, violating Article 36, Paragraph 2 by not allowing review and consideration of convictions and sentence for 3 Mexican nationals. The court ordered the U.S. to provide review and reconsideration of convictions and sentences for the affected Mexican nationals, implement measures to ensure non-repetition of such breaches. Aftermath: the Avena case led to further litigation in the U.S., including the Medellin versus Texas case, which ultimately resulted in the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that Congress had not implemented laws to enable redress of Vienna Convention violations or enforcement to ICJ decisions. That's the Avena case.
It's a interesting one, don't you think?
51 people. That's a lot.
It's called me attention that the United States condemned the person without reading them their rights. Don't you think?
I think a lot of people don't know about their rights.
Well, but I think they respect too much the rights or human rights. Always when we saw movies, we can see that they read them his rights and call me attention that they don't did in these cases. They didn't. But
Yes.
also the countries don't pay attention about his citizens, what's going on with them. Don't you think?
The thing is, for example, many people, I don't know. I'm not a Paraguayan, so if something legal happens to me, I have the knowledge to notify my consulate if I'm allowed. But many people don't know that. So it's strange. It's a strange.
It's really strange. Here in Paraguay, police don't read your rights in the arrest moment. There in the United States, I think yes, because I saw usually picture movies that they do this or read their rights before arresting. But here in Paraguay, the police don't do that.
No, that's true.
So I cannot understand why they have condemned those people without read them rights. It's really strange. It's really strange. Extraño. I really don't understand those cases. But happen, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's strange. What would you do if you were in a position like that out of the country? What would you do?
Maybe I have to call my embassy and try to talk with them for orientation, legal orientations for my situation and to defense with a lawyer to me. Maybe because there the laws maybe are very expensive, so I have to call to my embassy and require orientation, legal orientation to leave the jail. I think.
Yeah, I would ask for legal. I would ask for my consulate to go and help me, but I know my rights.
So you can gritar. ¿Cómo se dice gritar?
Yell,
Shout.
shout.
Yes.
I can shout, help, help! I need help from the jail. So I have to have the embassy number for some case that would happen with me there, so I can call immediately. But the other thing is not to have the telephone number, and how can I call? Because those police doesn't help you for a phone call. So I have to have those telephone number from the embassy. Maybe I can request some help. Don't you think?
You should know your rights. I think, for example, if you're arrested in anywhere in the world, you have a right for a phone call, for example. I don't know
Oh
in
yes.
Paraguay. The
Well,
lawyers here, can you tell us?
maybe here in Paraguay you have to pay something for the police to make a call for you.
Yes. Yes, always.
I don't know what thinks the lawyer here or colleague there.
Well, if the person arrested still have if the person arrested still has his wallet on him, because the police usually takes everything when they arrest someone.
Hasta a sus camaradas le roban los policías acá.
Did you see the news about the police that used or took money from one of their comrades?
No.
I see it here.
50,
How was it?
53 million or something like that?
Yes,
Yes,
he used all the money.
for his house
Yes.
and his mother operation.
But the comrade that used the money, he shouldn't have.
Yes.
How he did it?
I think he gave it to him.
Ah, okay.
But give it to him to take care until finish
Yes.
the
Ah, no, it wasn't a
period.
loan.
Yeah.
No. It was his money and he gave it to his superior
Ah, okay.
or something like that.
Yes.
He has to work, and he was afraid to robe.
Ah,
Se le robe.
to go out.
Tenía miedo que se le robe.
Y al
Ajá.
Y le
final
dejó a
le
su
robaron.
camarada y
Yes. Pero era su superior, was his superior.
Well, that is what they say, but I think there is another thing there.
Another side of the
Maybe
story.
yes, that was a story that tell us for us, but I think there is another history that is not in the communication.
in the file.
Like
We
what?
don't know all in the fight. We don't know all about. Maybe
Exactly.
they are lying.
Aristi, that you mentioned you usually watch movies where police officers arrest someone and they read the rights to the person.
Yes.
And I just remember about a movie where it's a movie based on a true story, based on a book, not true story. It happened in the 80s, and it's a very nice movie if you haven't watched. The Midnight Train. It's about an American arrested in Turkey, and definitely the ACJ didn't do enough here because he stayed there as a prisoner was hell, living hell.
I know that movie.
You know, it's really
Yeah.
interesting. Long one, but worthy watching.
What,
Yes,
and what
maybe
is the name of the movie?
Midnight Train.
Midnight Train. Okay, I look for it
Is
further.
excellent. Is an American citizen who did something wrong,
Yeah,
but he wasn't expecting the consequences to be that raw on him in Turkey.
How do you say, Silvia? Cadena perpetua, prisión perpetua.
Yeah, I think it's lifetime
Lifetime.
imprisonment. Lifetime imprisonment.
Life in prison. Yes.
And
I don't
was
normally
tough.
watch movies.
Really.
No, I don't have a lot of time, but when I was younger, I used to love watching movies.
Yeah, my time
Yeah,
is
it's like
also very tight nowadays.
Yeah.
Every here and there, I try to watch a film with my family. Sometimes only them, only my husband and my son, but when I can, I join them.
Well, I like to see real movies, real life movies.
And this is a true case. So
Yes,
you have a case
that,
of study there. You have a case of study there.
some movies make you cry too, or make you laugh, okay, because are things that have happened, and that's good for that's teach you something.
That teaches
Yes,
you something, yes.
true.
But those fiction movies I don't like. I don't like to see those movies, fiction movies. Very fantasy, né? Yes.
Yeah, he escaped, yeah.
That's a spoiler. Many things happened. Many things happened to him.
I don't remember what.
He wrote a book, and the book became the film.
Who is it?
The man?
Yes.
Okay, the name, I will look for the name. I don't remember. But the name of the book is Midnight Train as well. Midnight Train.
I think the movie has the same name.
Yeah, that's it. The
Well,
movie and the book are Midnight Train,
Mhm.
but Midnight Train film. The real story. It's a fictionalized story about a photographer who hunts. No, that's not. It's not. It's not. Oh, Midnight Express. Sorry, no Midnight Train. Midnight Express.
Midnight Express.
That's the name. My bad. Midnight Express is a 1978 prison drama film directed by Alan Parker and adapted by Oliver Stone. Okay. From Billy Hayes' 1977 memoir of the same name. So his name was that, Billy Hayes.
Oh yes, I have listened about this movie some time,
Yeah,
but I haven't seen it.
yeah. Midnight Express. Midnight Express.
Expreso de Medianoche.
Espresso de Medianoche.
I have listened first time.
You heard about it before?
Yes, I heard many time about this movie, but I haven't seen it yet.
A young American student who is sent to a Turkish prison for trying to smuggle hashish out of the country.
Oh, okay. Now I want to read about it.
Yeah,
Has
maybe if you
won 2
if you
Oscars.
it says so, and I think it was nominated for several more.
Oh, yes. It
Billy.
would be very good to see.
From which year?
The film is from, I thought it was from the 80s, but it's 1978. I watched it long ago, as like for the second time. It was already long ago. I think maybe 11 years ago I watched for the last time. You know, it's a long film, but it's
How
worthy.
many hours?
It's worthy every minute. Like 2.5, 2 and something.
Dos horas, un minuto.
Okay, 2 hours.
2 hours. It's a long movie.
I promise it's worthy each minute.
Ooh, I
But
want
of
to watch.
course, you don't watch, if you have kids, don't watch it with your kids because it's harsh. It's a difficult film.
Sylvia, you
Yes,
can write the movies in the chat.
of
I
course.
want to
Yes,
see.
of course. Okay.
Thank you.
The name, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Midnight Express. If it wasn't our class one today, I wouldn't remember this movie about these international cases. Like his country,
International movie cases.
yes, like because it is what we are mentioning. He was abroad of his country, and he applied through the lawyer that was assigned to him. He tried really hard to find a solution, but it was impossible. The corruption of that country, and how they manage the justice, the how can I say, the judicial things is totally different to ours here in the West.
Very different. I think in the Middle East they have different laws too.
They do, because
Mhm.
some Middle East countries, they have, for example, these, I don't know if they are written laws about it, but for example, to about robbery, they can smash someone's hand uh, as a sentence. Like somebody is a thief, they will run a car on the hands of that person, for example, in some countries still now. But I don't know if there are written laws specifically about those cases, or they just do it because they feel like they are entitled to do it.
Hmm. Yes, I know in Dubai, for example, I knew someone that was arrested there, and it was for something little, like he didn't do a process or something, and they arrested him, and it was a big case in South Africa.
Paraguayan was
No, South African.
African. And how is the corruption in South Africa?
very high, the corruption. Very, very high.
Oh, yes, maybe in all the world, yeah.
Yes.
We don't have solution for this.
Our human nature is a problem.
Yes, maybe too.
Power and
human-
money are not a good
Yes.
combination.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I found a news from Infobae
Mhm.
and say the history of the Argentine sentenced to death in the United States.
Oh,
Okay.
Y Ángel Francisco Breard,
He wasn't
was
Paraguayan, he was Argentinian.
argentino, después se nacionalizó paraguayo.
I can't believe it. Okay. So, dual nationality, but none of
Yes.
them help him to be free.
They say that it's the first Argentine that was down to death.
Argentinian. Ángel Francisco Breard. What did he do? Does it say what did he do?
Yes. Does it say what he did?
Voy a decir en español, pues se fue a Estados Unidos, se casó, se divorció, después se volvió alcohólico, tuvo varias acusaciones de intento de violación y finalmente en la última, siempre estaba saliendo libre, en la última le asesinó a su víctima. Intentó violarla, no pudo y la asesinó. Y después de 6 meses le detuvieron. O sea, buenito no era.
How was the name? No sé quién se acuerda. In the 90s something, there was an Argentinian who lived in Asunción for a certain time, and he became rich very quickly, and he killed lots of people, and he put those people in a barrel, in several barrels.
Yes.
Like, ¿cómo
Yes.
se llamaba el hombre este?
Menocchio.
Menocchio.
El gusano Menocchio.
That was famous. He slaughtered his victims, several people, and he put them like pickles in barrels. Como conservas le puso a sus víctimas pedazos en
And
barriles.
he was Paraguayan?
Argentinian, living in Paraguay.
Okay.
I don't know if he acquired nationality, maybe, because he was a business person and he has relations with big sports names. Like, he was associated to, I don't know, Comebol, FIFA, those things. He was associated to some sport.
Yeah, he has friends in the high society.
Yes,
football
I
and
think from he was friend with the president of a club, football club.
parties, models, and yeah.
And do you remember, Alejandro, how many people did he kill?
Yeah, I don't know exactly the number.
But he hid the barrels in a sport court. Era una especie de lugar de estadio o algo así también donde él estaba acumulando los barriles, ¿verdad? O era un club personal de él, algo así.
No recuerdo. Hay un periodista que escribe sobre los crímenes que ocurrieron en Paraguay en el Twitter. Ahí si vos buscas, se llama Lucas Junes. Y él cuenta toda la historia. Muy bien escribe.
But this Menocchio was outstanding for his cruelty. Se destacó por su tipo de crímenes relacionados al dinero también.
Él guardó los, ¿cómo se llama? Los tambores esos en su patio. Ahí tenía
su
los
patio
cuerpos.
era.
Sí.
Qué lindo.
And how was the discovery of his bad things?
I'll look for the story.
The police discovered. Pero después de mucho tiempo, Ellos estuvieron caminando, viendo todo, porque le puso cemento y todo. Después
Después.
descubrieron.
Acá voy a leer un poco a ver si me sale.
In English.
Luis Raúl Menocchio, also known as El Gusano, the Worm, and the Man of a Thousand Faces, is an Argentine serial killer whose criminal activities spanned both Paraguay and Argentina. Born in Posadas Misiones into a wealthy family, Menocchio initially led a lavish lifestyle. However, after losing financial support from his family, he turned to the crime, including drugs, trafficking, and fraud. In Paraguay, Menocchio was implicated in the 2024 en el 2004 murders of businessman Eduardo Fidel Maciel and his partner Graciela Méndez. The victims were last seen in Menocchio at the nightclub in Asunción. Their bodies were later discovered in a sealed cement-filled drums near Laguna Grande in Fernando La Mora. Maciel has been shot 5 times and Méndez twice. Menocchio fled to Argentina shortly after the incident. In Argentina, Menocchio continued his criminal activities, including the 2005 murders of film producer Claudio Nossi. He was eventually apprehended and sentenced to life imprisonment for multiple homicides. Due to his incarceration in Argentina, he has not been tried for his crimes in Paraguay. Menocchio's case is notorious for his ability to evade capture through identity change and his involvement in high-profile crimes across national borders.
Wow, what a case.
Yes, tough one.
Nunca se le procesó por lo que hizo en Paraguay.
He's a really worm. Gusano.
The worm.
A really worm.
He is, but crazy.
His face.
No pudieron procesarle en Paraguay porque la justicia argentina solicitó su extradición para ser juzgado por otro delito allá también, que saltó todo.
Y otras muertes, ¿verdad? And scams as well. Era estafador
Yes,
también.
What did they do?
The ugly man is very bad.
And there he was sentenced in Argentina.
Yes.
No, but he killed lots of people before being arrested again in Argentina.
Oh.
It says here in the article. In the article I sent you, I'm reading the last part, and it says that when he was arrested, he committed many crimes there in Argentina too. Estanciero italiano Manuel Roseo, Noelia Bartolomé, una docente jubilada. It says lots of people.
What an animal.
Yes. Teacher, in case you want to read the document 3 is on the screen.
Who's going to read it?
Number 3.
Yes.
This document.
Treaty. A formal agreement between two or more countries. Violation. The act of breaking or disregarding a law or agreement. Jurisdiction. The legal authority to hear and decide a case. Consular notification. Informing a detained foreign national of their rights to contact their consulate. Defendant, the person or party accused in a legal case. Plaintiff, the person or party bringing a case to court. Provisional measures, temporary actions ordered by a court to prevent harm before a final decision. Restitution in kind, a legal remedy to restore the original situation. Binding, legally enforceable. Due process, fair legal procedure and trial.
Under international law refers to obligations that apply across nations. The party failed to comply with, used to express breach of legal duty. The court held that, used to describe the decision or opinion of the court. The defendant was denied. In the case a right was not given or respected. In accordance with the treaty, indicates legal action aligned with an agreement. The plaintiff alleged that introduced a legal claim or accusation. The decision was binding upon, states that the ruling must be obeyed. And we have exercises. Hoy es jueves. You need to
We need
have your
coffee, all of us.
Aristides cocidos. We
They
share
are
some of
here.
your
Where
cocidos.
is your cocido?
Remember, today is Tuesday. She asked me what day is today. I say here Wednesday, and it's
It's not
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Paraguayan
told you
tea, Aristides. Paraguayan
tea.
tea cocido.
Yeah,
Paraguayan tea made with yerba.
Yerba.
I use Paraguayan tea in my students.
with tortillas.
Cocido
Bejú.
with tortilla, I don't know. Bejú, yes. Where is the best bejú?
Bejú queso.
Lots of cheese.
Bejú cuatro queso. Four cheese.
Bejú for cheese.
Sí. Cuatro quesos. This cold time requires this kind of food. Sugar food too. I don't like too much sugar food, but I like
sugar food. You mean sweet things?
Sweet sugar. Ah, yes. Torta dulce, ¿verdad? But
yes, like bizcochuelos and that.
Cookies, yes, cookies. Here my helper say to me,
I prefer cakes. I
Another
prefer
one?
cakes than cookies. I prefer cakes.
Cakes, yes.
I prefer tiramisu, those things.
Tiramisu.
Yeah.
Lemon pie.
Oh, lemon pie is nice. Or apple
Cheesecake.
crumble. Apple
Oh,
crumble.
apple
I
crumble
love
from
it.
Old Germany. Old Germany has the best one.
Oh, Germany. What is that? Is a place?
It's a bakery here in
Ah.
Asunción. They have the best apple crumble.
My best memory of an apple crumble is a friend of mine who used to bake. And when I was studying in Brazil, I met a French lady.
Uh-huh.
It's a friend of mine, and she used to bake, beautifully. One of her best is the apple crumble.
I love apple crumble.
It has to be a little warm, right, with some cream on top. Mouth-watering.
Or ice cream.
Or ice cream. Yeah, I need to go to Asunción on May, so probably I will look for that place you mentioned.
Old Germany.
It's been a while since I don't go. And last time I was there just for my last TKTs. It was one day.
Oh, yeah, in Anglo. TKT.
Yes.
Memories. And Aristides, have you tried Old Germany?
Aristides, suelta el vellú. Come to us.
Yes. Midnight Express. No, Aristides is ignoring.
I went to the Germany, teacher.
Yes?
Yes,
For
I
how
know.
long?
For 1 month.
You went to Germany for
I-
a course
in my holiday.
on holiday.
On holiday, I visit France, Italy, Germany, Russia, Austria, but they are beautiful.
Germany. Which cities in Germany?
I visited Frankfurt, Mannheim, Colonia, and many cities.
Ooh. They say Cologne is very beautiful.
Very beautiful, and the people are very nice. They are speaking English. I don't speak German, but in my little English, help me.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, we're finished for today. And today we don't have class next week.
Yeah.
So these exercises, are they homework or?
I will tell Robinson to let you know. I think you have a group, right?
Yes, you do.
So I will tell him to let you know
Thank you, teacher.
about the course. So next week we don't have, the one after we do.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay. Good night.
See you. Bye-bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen,
Auf
yes.
Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.